Hello and welcome. Today, if you haven't already deciphered from the title, I don't know what I'm going to title this. And probably you'll either see this before the decade's done or after the decade's done or right at the peak of the next decade. We finished the decade. Now, yeah, we finished thousands of other decades before this, but this one had the most change, not just for YouTube or in technology or anything like that, for humanity itself. Now, we also, like, all the biggest YouTubers that we kind of watch or know on a daily basis has made their channels in at the beginning of the decade, and basically they've gotten big in the decade. I made my channel 4 years ago as of August, which is now December 20th. So, but 4 years ago in August, that's 2016, August 2016, I made my channel, and this is how far we gotten. We're going to keep going. We're going to have lots of fun. Also, there's a donation link down below to keep things like this going. We're shooting for 100,000 just so that we can get an actual place where we can do YouTube stuff together as a group with my friends who have been on the channel. And yes, my microphone gave up the ghost. That's a bad way of saying it because there is actually a ghost in here. It gave up it just died on me, so I have to go back to the headset with the mic. So I can't bring the mic close to my face or do anything like that, and I always have to wear headphones now. I hate it, but what can you do when you have very little money and you're scrounging for food, and living alone and scrounging for food is not fun. But anyways, so I'm going to talk about my decade. My decade until I finished school, like fully finished school. So from what age was I when in 2010? I'm 22 now. I was 12 in 2010. This, for me, has been the worst decade, all the way up until now, when I can actually be my own self. I can title my own videos whatever the hell I want. I don't have to just say Borderlands Part 1. I can also add a title pertaining to that, and whatever fucked up shit we talk about. And I'm not under the reign of the school system, which is basically the prison reform for kids. So yeah, if you remember way back, I was making like videos that were controversial to the school system, and I was still going to them or going through the school system, so I got in trouble for them. Now I can go back to, let's say, whack your teacher, and I could say the same thing and I won't get in trouble for it because I'm already known as someone who hates school in general, and they can't control what I say or what I do on the internet anymore. Only I can control that, and I'm fairly mature with it. So Also, how do you like my what is it, giant horse vagina on my face? It's growing, just calm down. Also, we got sponsored by 2 beautiful companies. One's Rogue Energy, which I drink every single day, which is awesome, even when I'm not recording, which but you guys see videos every day now, where there's some days when we record like 5 or 6 videos, and they all I have basically, by the time you see this, I'm already have more videos like 2 months ahead of this video coming out in the next 2 months. By the time this video either gets uploaded or is done recording here, I already have like 2 or 3 months ahead of this. So that's why, like, that's why if you see these videos, I don't always like reply to them before the next video of the series or whatever we're doing, or don't, like, there's no video where I voice the concerns of you guys in whatever I do, just because it's easier for me to just record 2 hours, cut the video off, record 2 hours, cut the video off. I can literally get like 5 or 6 videos out, or recorded and ready to be to go live to you guys. But so I started my channel from going like uploading once a month to trying to do it once a week, and then now in the last like 2 months, basically, I think it is, that I started uploading videos every single day. And there was sometimes when there wasn't a video going up and it wasn't my control, but basically, what can you do at that rate? When it's always busy, for me it's always busy. Like, I'm recording videos, I'm also playing offline with just my friends and not actually recording it sometimes, because it's good to take breaks. It is good to take breaks. And with my job, yes, it's a huge break for some people, or for the people that work 9 to 5. I have family that work 9 to 5 at Mickey D's or wherever, and or even overtime with the companies that they work for, and I can see the stress on their face or in their eyes, where yes, my job is stressful, but I get told that I don't do anything. When I actually do, but I absolutely love this job, and I'll take the heat for it every single time, because this job is amazing, and I don't want to do anything else, basically. For me, this job is basically my life. If I'm not recording, or if there's days that I'm not recording, I get bored, and I get to the point where I get depressed and anxiety kicks in, and then I can record, and I do record the next day, let's say, but I won't go out and about outside the world of this prison, with all the white walls. But there's nothing really I can do about that. But okay, let's get back into I was 12 now when this decade started. So this was already a bad decade to begin with, because my Oma died at the end of the last decade, like a month before. But she was diagnosed with cancer like 2 or 3 years before that. And no matter what I tried at that age, that young age, I was 9 when she passed, and that was back in 2009, I think. So I was roughly around 9. No, I was 12. I was 11 or 12 when she passed. Cause it was back in 2007, so I was 9. I've never actually experienced loss at that level before in my life. At that point, my Oma was I would always be over there, because at the time when my parents were around, they were working all the time, and we were left at my Oma and Opa's. So there was a little bit of constant problems between me and my parents throughout my history with them, but there was never any time that we could spend together as much, because they were always working. Now, this is me fresh out of elementary school. New school, new area. I lived in this area for a while. And then I had to go to a new school, because schools of choice wouldn't cover me, because I didn't go through the German or the French program. And then they tried to get me into French here, and it didn't work out anyway. And basically then, like, shit hit the fan throughout school and the schooling here. They were supposed to do things like get me the IQ test, which they got to manipulate what it said, and basically any government papers right now that say anything about me being tested is a huge lie. Thank you, Sunrise School Division. I get to talk to you about you all I want now, because you brought it on yourself. I mean, you tried to take me down 1,000 times in the last year and a half, so fuck you, or almost 2 years now. So, of me being out of your system. So, So any government papers on me is a huge lie, because they got to manipulate it, and they forged every paper. The school system in general needs to be is just all fucked and needs to be revamped. But I hope this is all being picked up here. Yes, it is. Okay. It needs to be revamped, but then they tried to get me into something called, I'm not going to say the name, they tried to get me into an adult disability program, which is but they still were in control of me. They hired someone that basically was hired by them, so I couldn't go I couldn't go walk down the street without telling someone. I couldn't do anything. Now I'm free. I'm free to do whatever the fuck I want. I get to stay at home if I want, even, which mostly I do anyway. But the high school, I was always in trouble for something. Anything the bullies did, I got in trouble for it. So then I started actively going out whenever they bully me and actually beating them up back. And I still got in trouble. I'm like, fuck you, kind of thing. But then in high school and towards the end, I lost my grandma, and that was 4 or 5 years ago now. Back in I don't even remember the year. I look awful now. Right around New Year's it was, right around New Year's it was, and then 2 years ago, I think it's 2 or 3 years ago, I lost my Opa. Now this is the one that I was really close to back in the before the decade started. But in there, my parents went to see what they believed in heaven, and I don't care really. I've lost all care or I do care, but I lost all I learned to let things not bother me. So when Austin does a your mom joke, or which he doesn't like doing himself either, or when someone does a your mom joke, it rolls off me like water on a goose's back or duck's back. But it's still and yes, I do your mom jokes too, because I am immature and I know it's not funny. That's why it's only funny because I know it's not funny. So basically, when I make a your mom joke, I am acting immature purposely, because it's funny because it's not funny, if that makes any sense. So, if I was to go and say, if I called, I made a joke about someone's mom in Minecraft, when I say I need a hoe, I know that's not funny, and that's why I make the joke, because it's not funny, and it's funny that it's not funny. Yeah, so, and then I started reconnecting with friends from high school. Austin's from high school. I met Michael in a group that I'm a part of. And then we started the Bigegogaming HQ this year even. Yeah, it was this year we started the Bigegogaming HQ, and it was this year that, yes, I was away for a month, and then I started uploading with videos with Austin. He uploaded for a little while there, and then something fucked up on his accounts, and basically logged him out, unfriended everybody on the accounts. So and he lost all of his YouTube videos that he was posting with me in it, or just with his friends that were doing YouTube back in high school when we were all together. And this year I was already starting to do child. What was I gonna go with child? Charity live streams, but they're not working out right now because no one's actually coming back to the channel right now for some reason, which I highly suggest because we make new content and stuff is always coming out. Some special days there's more than one video. This is probably going to be the third video on the first. If everything actually uploads properly, it'll be up there sooner, and then just go live on the first. This one will probably be like 6 o'clock Eastern, or 6 o'clock p.m. It's around supper time for most people. So that day there's 3 videos going up. There's the gaming video, or this today when this goes, the day that this goes up, there was already 3 videos. This one, the year in review, or the year in the nutshell, and like 2019 in a nutshell, and also one gaming video that usually goes around 8 o'clock Central Time, Central Standard. I don't know, Winnipeg Central Time, whatever that is. So, which at least I think they go up there. I don't know all the. This is why I need a YouTube manager, or just an internet manager and editor. For me, it'll probably be under the same job description, but yes. So yeah. So and then that's when I also started, like, this year is when I started watching the redneck comedians, and I agree with them heavily, except for like sleeping with your family members. You should be dating outside the family. I agree with them about everything else, about government, education, politics, education, healthcare. That's what I agree with. Not the whole like what Scooter does, and by now you know what Scooter is all about in Borderlands. He has a crush on his sister Ellie. If you haven't seen it already, this is spoilers, but come on, man, go watch the Borderlands 2 series, because when you see this, there's already videos coming out after this video in the next 3 days so far, but in the next couple weeks there will be Borderlands 2 True Vault Hunter edition, or mode, which is a lot harder, and it's basically going through the game again, but on hard mode. So, and then we're gonna play Borderlands 3 after that. But we need donations to actually do what we want to do here. We don't want to be in this place anymore where there's no room to do anything. We want to be able to get proper cameras set up so that when I do recording with people on Discord, I can basically have a camera and this camera being on, or going to being the webcam watching so that they can see me, and then like a better quality like camcorder being the webcam that you guys see me in the corner, or even the full screen here. Also, I'm putting on the Christmas tree lights less and less now, because it is after Christmas when you see this. For me, it's before Christmas. That's why I haven't taken everything down yet from the charity live stream that we did try to do, and we never beat it. So yeah, and hopefully, we are trying to be able to go to conventions to come and see you guys. If there's a convention coming up soon, I will make a video on it, and then hopefully you guys can come up and say hi, and there'll be other people with us, so just be aware of that. Watch. They might be younger and in a younger age, so like if you come up to us, watch your tongue kind of thing. But we don't know if there's anyone coming up yet. And we'll be going to the ones in Winnipeg, because by then I'll be living in Winnipeg and I'll be happier, and I can actually go do things with my friends, because most of them live in Winnipeg now. But yeah, and everybody knows everybody in Winnipeg, so it might be a megatropolis, but it's a small world after all. I'm gonna get copyrighted just for saying that. Fuck. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, so basically, school wasn't the best for me, and it isn't the best for most people. But it's always good to take breaks. Like, what I do is I set it up so that I can have breaks if I want to have breaks, or just pop on the camera and do this. But it's always good to take breaks, to just sit down and play video games with your friends by yourself, not actually recording it. We do that a lot too, and it's just unwinding, and I even like put your mind off of all things. Like, there's some days that it won't go on the internet at all, or like it won't go and read like your comments that day, because, or anything that day, because I just need a break. But the next day, or the next time when I feel like I can actually take on the heat and the weight of the world again, which is usually like within a couple days, I will go and read the past comments that I've missed, or the past emails that you guys send me, or tweets, or Instagrams, or Snapchats, or TikToks, or whatever. I have a TikTok. I don't think I should put it in the description, because or even on Patreon now, which is just basically the donation link for that you can donate to me at. We also or Twitch, or I have time now doing these videos in advance. I have time now, if my internet will actually hold up, because my internet's crap right now, because it's becoming the end of the month, and apparently I already used up all the unlimited internet. Fuck if I know, whatever. So basically, if the internet holds up, I can actually do live streaming with or without people. I do some series by myself. Like I have a modded Minecraft series that I haven't actually gone on to in a while as of recording this, which I probably should do. Probably. And then there's also, if you follow us on Twitch, there is a podcast that we do that we're trying to find a date for, because we used to be doing it on Saturday, but it wasn't working out on Saturdays, so we're trying to find a day that basically more people are going to actually be watching, because we just talk about gaming news, celebrity news, and again we try to stay away from politics, but there is some things that people will actually agree with us that we talk about. So if you want to see that, please go follow us on Twitch, or follow me on Twitch, because I'm the only one doing it right now, but I'm doing it with friends. They're in the chat, but they're not actually live streaming themselves. It's only going up on mine right now. I mean, we're trying to get Austin, like I say, back into YouTube and editing, or not editing, but live streaming, I mean. But it's a process, so, and I'm bleeding. But, yes. I also want to start doing product reviews, but we'll see when that comes, because I'm gonna need funds to do that, and I don't have any. I'm already scrounging for food and eating things that I would probably I throw up over usually. So, yeah. Yeah. So, also, like I say, we do live streams. There's a donation link. Like I said, there's more. We're planning on more content in the future. We're going to start actually posting regularly on the second channel, which is the Big Ego HQ, which you'll find down below. And for my actual New Year's resolutions and new decade resolutions, I want to actually start doing more collabing with other people, talk and play more games with other people, not just be to myself all the time kind of thing, which a lot of it will come at the end of this when I get on this place, but I'm actually actively talking to some people over email, and I'm broadening my horizons with new video games that I thought I would never play. If I didn't reconnect with Austin, I would have never gone out of my comfort zone with games that, like Minecraft, just mostly Xbox or some of the Steam games that I actually played, which I want to actually start playing more of these games that Austin and my friends are all introducing me to. I mean, like like Anthem, which I have to get back into, but I have to also pay for the subscription to play it. EA and Game Pass and Xbox Live Gold Live, whatever the fuck it is. So that's also more of this stuff that I don't always have. I can't even go out and pay for ketchup and mayonnaise. I'm out of that right now, and I can't even go pay for it. Because I also bought gifts for my friends this Christmas holidays. Also, there's a fan. I opened up there's a fan mailbox. It's actually my personal mailbox, and I don't care if people send me fan mail, because basically, yeah, I just don't care. But that might also that fan box will end up changing probably when I move to Winnipeg, because right now I live in Beausejour. If you didn't know, and I don't care if people know where I live in Beausejour, in the Lyric movie theater, above the movie theater. It's not open yet as of recording this. Looks like it's probably never going to be open the way the owners of this place is running things, but this is just never come here. Never live here in Beausejour, because there's nothing to do. Like, I lived in the country for most of my life, if not all my life. I lived in an apartment in Winnipeg when I was younger. We had the police knocking on our door 24/7 because I was a rowdy kid. And we'd literally run up and down the hallway. There was a damn service elevator at the end of the hallway, which for some reason, I don't know why it was there, in the apartment. I'm like, why? And I live right on fucking Main Street here, where you hear all the snow plowing, in the middle of the night, the street cleaning, just all the honking, and Main Street is basically a highway, and actually is a highway. So they have it marked at 50 through town. You can hear everything. The loud trucks just roaring their engines. Dickhead. I can say that because they don't actually watch my videos. They don't even know my channel. So, with his loud vehicles and damn neighbors. And then, like, living in an apartment, whenever I do my crazy intro, it's usually when everyone's at work, except for down below, because they are actually a business down below, so, but, there's nothing I can do about it. So, and then I hear everything anyway, because the walls are thin. They probably hear me now. I mean, it's almost the time when they get home. And down below, like, it's a business, but I think someone lives down there as well. Because you'll hear them at, like, 12 o'clock at night. Like, why are you open that late? Or why are you down there that late? I'm like, there's a couple times when I actually thought someone broke in down below. And because everything's open, you can get into anywhere in this building through any of the businesses or anything that you go through here. like the business down below, you go through the movie theater lobby, and you can get into our side of the building and up here, basically. So, and the movie theater bathrooms are actually in our, like, basically by our laundry room here. So anybody from the movie theater that comes and watches a movie, probably when I'm already moved out, thank goodness for that, but they can come up the stairs here and start being a pain up in the hallway here in between our in between the suites. So that's gonna be fun. So yeah, for whoever else lives here after, like, my lease is up in 3 months, thank fucking God, honestly, but again, it's 3 months fucking away, so I had to wait 3 months, well, less than 3 months until I start packing shit, but it's gonna be a pain. So, but yeah, there's like, so let's get back onto like the decade. Like I say, there was the woke, there was the whole 2019 meme. Next year is gonna be the whole 2020 meme, where you have to be woke and understanding of everything. So many people got fucking fired in this decade for like their jobs, like major celebrities. There was also the Me Too movement, the Never Again movement. There was the gun rally. I'm not going to go there. There was so much that happened this decade. There's lots of crime, major crime that made the national news stations, which are, that's all I'm going to say on that. We took down some major criminals as the Western world. Thank you, Obama. Too bad he can't run again. Well, he can now, because it's been 4 years since he last, or it's been 8 years since he last ran, but it's been 4 years that he's been no power, but yeah, I don't think he wants to run again, which is sad. And pot was legalized in most places in the last 4 years, which is nice, because if you guys didn't know, I'm a hippie pothead kind of guy. I don't smoke it, I just partake in the beauties of marijuana. In this decade, I turned legal age in 2 ways. What's this? I don't know. That was a Snapchat thing. I don't know why. I turned 18 in this decade, and I turned 21, which they're trying to put as the legal age for everything now in Canada where we live. And but yes, I think I'm gonna end this episode here, or this video here, because I'm tired, and I think there's other people that want to play with me tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.